Hey, what's going on guys? It's New Crunker. So in today's video, we are going to be, or I am going to be showing you how to use every class in Core, starting with the AK. So we'll start with just the standard AK-47, because I don't have the last one unlocked. So this is pretty much a Core staple. It's the basic gun everyone will always first play. It's decently accurate. It's got a slight bit of spread when you're moving and running around, but it's really not that big. You can scope in, makes it more accurate. Does block a video screen. I normally don't scope, but it can be good to scope sometimes. I think it's like 4 or 5 shots to the head to kill with the AK. Yeah, it's just a decent gun. Got a fast fire rate. Yeah, that's kind of all I can say about it. It's not too much of a particular way I have to play it. Then we got the other AK, the other version of the AK. It's like the heavy AK, I guess you could say. It's a bit of a slower fire rate, but it can 2 or 3 shots to the head, so it's pretty decent. This is the one I would normally use over the AK. It's my favourite. Yeah. Just use it how you would use a full automatic gun. You know, hold your corners, B-hop, keep it on target. You know, the more accurate you are, the more you'll get reward out of it, I guess, because it's a slower fire rate. My personal favourite, the AWP sniper rifle. I try and scope as much as possible when I'm actually trying, because I find it helps. Try and keep it smooth, and you will do well with it. When you are moving, it is inaccurate, so it's best to scope instead of, you know, not scoping. But just trying to keep it smooth. See, bang, like that. Yeah, just trying to keep it smooth along with the scope, and you can b-hop, and you can do very well with it. Try and track people's movements, you know, aim ahead of them, and you will hit shots all the time. Of course, aim for the head all the time, because it doesn't matter what class they are, if you hit them in the head, they're dead. Yeah, start with a knife, because you do have a bit of a slow movement speed. You can flick shots sometimes to try and catch people off guard if they're close range, but normally it's best just to scope and take a little bit of a time, keep it smooth, and yeah, one of the best guns in that regard if you can get good with it. Now we got the car. It's basically the sniper but easier to use. It has 1 less ammo, but it shoots faster, reloads faster. It's more accurate, especially for no scopes. Yeah, it's basically the AWP but a bit better. Yeah, it's a very good gun. Same principle with sniper really. Gunner, it's OP. Just doesn't matter what you do, you'll win. Alright, now we have the heavy, so it's very decent at mid to close range, has fast fire rate, but you are quite slow. You are a beefy boy though, you have 135 HP, highest in the game. So oftentimes I'll just use the heavy with the revolver because I have a lot of HP. But yeah, it's not that great at long range, but yeah, has slow reload time, but it can be good. Now we have the rocket launcher. This is a pretty terrible gun, honestly. I find it pretty horrible. Not very accurate when you're moving. You can, you know, kill yourself with it. But jump pads are your friends as long as you can find a jump pad. Boom, they're dead. It's not really too much they can do about that. Like, yeah, it's kind of unfair for them in that regard, unless they can hit you on the jump pad. But yeah, it's not accurate when you're moving. Like, I'll try and I'll try and aim for this. I'll aim in the middle with it. Yeah, see, and then it hits the barrel. So it's really not very accurate unless you scope. But then when you scope, you can't really see anything. So yeah. So situationally it can be okay, but most of the time I just wouldn't. And you are very slow. Yeah, so normally like you're just not accurate unless you hit someone who's like kind of standing in a corner. You know, you could kill them because they don't can find space. It's not too bad, but most of the time it's pretty terrible. You're better off going with a different gun, and you can blow yourself up with it. So that's always annoying. MP5, it's kind of like the AK, but like slightly different. I think it either does. I think it's pretty much the same on damage, but it's, it's got 5 extra shots, and the scope's a bit easier to see through. But that's about it. It's pretty much the same. I think it might do slightly less damage, but yeah, pretty much the same gun, same regard. My favourite, the XM water gun. Yeah, it's basically the Brawler, the shotgun, but just way better. It does take a bit to grind for this, but it is worth it. 12 shots. It's one of the best guns in the game. just best way to movement is just movement. Get your movement speed up so you can close that gap and one shot him to the head or to the body. Best way to play it. Normally you're best off just playing it with like a sidearm. Just kind of use it to boost you, and then use it, to get up to someone close range, or use it to boost you, and then long range, you have your secondary, and then go to it. It does have the obnoxiously long reload time though. It takes a very long time to reload. You either have to kind of reload in a safe spot when you're safe, all of them, or just reload a few at a time. But yeah, it is good to peek with, like, because all of your shots come out at once. You can kill someone who's got like a full automatic, because you can peek, bang, one shot, dead. They won't be able to get all their shots off in time. So yeah, but normally just boost. Use a good sidearm with it, like a deagle or a revolver, even a Tech 9. Yeah, you do well with it. The brawler's basically just this, but obviously worse. You only have 2 shots, so you've got to be really careful with your ammo. You've got to make each shot count. Either that or just use it to boost and go with a sidearm. Yeah. Great for movement at least. Same with like peeking corners though, you can still do that, but yeah, it's just not as good as the XM. Scar it's basically like a souped up AK, as in like it does more damage per shot. It's like 50 to the head per shot, so you can 2-shot some players, but it's got a slow fire rate, so it's kind of easy to dodge if you wiggle at range. And you are slow, you're not quite 100 health, but it can be good if you have very good aim, just to get it, 2 shots to the head or 3 shots for some other brawlers, if they're a bit heavier. But yeah, not my favourite, but not a bad gun by any means. Just, yeah, you'd use it how you would use most automatic guns. Just try and, be a bit more careful with your shots. Alright, we'll get the FAMAS next. This is kind of one of my favourites. Your fast movement speed, 110 hit points, so you can survive a rocket launcher shot or, like a deagle shot. It's good to peek with because you can get that initial burst of damage off, so it's good in that regard. Movement also, it can 3-shot any brawler, or not any brawler, I should say any player to the head. So, but it's kind of like the first shot is accurate, but then after that it's not, it gets inaccurate. So sometimes it's best just to take your time with your shots instead of just, holding down the mouse button. But yeah, that's how I would use it. Just treat each burst of 3 as like 1 shot. Alright, we got the minigun. So you are a tanky boy with this one, 125 hit points. So you can kind of play around with that, but best way to use that is really just don't stop firing. Just keep up the pressure, just keep spamming because you have a lot of ammo to play with. And for the amount of ammo you have, the reload time is not actually too bad. But yeah, just try and really hold down a point and just close the gap by spraying to them, really, is the best way I find. Yeah. But you are slow, so you have to kind of start with a knife first to get a bit of speed if you want to hop around. Alright, Chris Vector. This is a pretty cool gun. It's very decent at mid to long range because the scope. Yeah, it will win a lot of long range engagements because you can see. But the unscoped version is terrible. It's not accurate. It's a little bit like the laser gun you'll see later on. It's not very accurate if you don't scope. But close range, you don't have to scope really, because But at long range, mid to long range, you'll need to scope. So, but yeah, you are pretty squishy. You don't have a lot of hit points, but fast movement speed. Just a decent gun all around. I normally don't use it. I prefer other guns because I don't like scoping that much with that kind of gun. But yeah, it used to be one of my mains when I started. The Pyro. Alright, well let me show you where this belongs. It's terrible, don't use it. It's one of the worst guns in the game. It's really bad. It can kind of be good at close range, but you can't even see what you're shooting at because the fire's just in the way. It's really annoying. Yeah, if you can kind of melt people, but it's very situational. It's normally pretty terrible. I don't ever use it. Alright, so the laser gun is not too bad. It's decent at long range if you can, if you can actually see them because the scope's pretty bad. But when you don't scope, it is horrendously inaccurate. Like, look at this. Start shooting. When I'm not scoping, it's really inaccurate. It's pretty bad. So you always want to scope mid to long range. Close range, don't scope because you can't see what you're aiming at. It's not a very good gun. But I mean, it's usable. Reload's not too bad for 50 shots, but yeah. Fast movement speed, 110 health, so you can use it, but it's not too bad. I normally don't use it. Alright, and then we got the Uzi. So this will absolutely shred at close range, but at long range it's terrible. Like, if you tap, sure, but if you just spam, it goes everywhere. You really can't hit what you're aiming at. The recoil is really bad, and the accuracy is really bad. So it's best, yeah. Mid-range will do okay, close range will shred. So try and keep it close range, or close to mid-range. UMP is pretty decent. It's basically just the MP5, but, you know, without the silencer, it's kind of the same.